family. Today is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023, and I am back down at the garden. We have been getting a lot of rain lately. It seems as though they found a new button on their favorite machine and have just been pressing buttons because we got like 7 inches in like 3 hours, which is uncalled for and naturally unheard of. But we've been getting a lot of rain, so I haven't been down here. So I'm down here today to try and get my tomatoes tied up and get a few things taken care of in the garden. I just want to do a really quick walkthrough and show you guys what's been going on. I've been trying to keep the milkweed for the butterflies, but it's blocking the alleyway a little bit, so I probably are going to pull these two up. I'll leave the rest, I think, and not only that, but I have this whole patch. But the rain has been doing the garden really well lately, but it's been hard to keep up with spraying because whenever you spray, the rain comes and washes it off. And the looks like these little guys, yeah, that little guy has been really busy. They've been doing a lot of drive-by shootings on a lot of my leaves. So I'm going to prune a lot of these off today, fertilize, and get my tomatoes tied up. Let me just walk through. Lettuce looks like it's trying to bolt. We have been harvesting a few things, which has been nice, like mostly lettuce, a few tomatoes, a couple of little peppers. Nothing to really, write home about. But definitely it's been hard trying to keep up with all the rain. The snails and the slugs have been extremely busy, I see. And it does look like my cabbage is starting to head up, which is nice. But like I said, I'm going to get pruning a lot of these leaves and see what I can do as far as getting the garden together after not being down here for 3 days. Oh, look at one of my kohlrabis. It's just rotting away. Ooh, the other one looks really good though. These are coming out nice, kohlrabis. Broccoli's doing well. Look at the peppers, you guys. Wow. These peppers are growing really, really nicely. A lot of flowers coming in. So a lot of peppers starting to form, which is great. Yeah, they're coming in. Oh, I got some little peppers coming in, some little bells starting to form, which is great. Yep, lots of flowers. So we're going to be getting a lot of peppers in. Wow, these snails have just been taking me to the bank. I did replant the squash, but it doesn't look like this other one germinated. I do have a backup plan I'll just put in there and see what happens. The corn is not doing well at all. The grass came up, but at least I know what's corn and what's not corn. So I can go in and weed this out and possibly replant. This one I think is just a wrap. I think this bed is just total loss. So I'll just get this down and replant. I'm waiting for my walking onions to start balling over and walking in the beds. Let's see what's going on over here. So this is what I really wanted to do today. I got to get these tomatoes tied up. A few days with rain is lovely because everything really shoots up. My sweet potatoes are vining out, which is really nice. Oh my goodness, look at this. I forgot what this is. I think this is a spaghetti squash, but that's starting to vine out, which is great. These cabbages are heading up. These haven't gotten as hit hard as the other ones, but they are hitting hard. They doing drive-bys on all my stuff. I got to get these tied up or staked up. Collards are looking great. These are already bolted. My cauliflower didn't do well. I'm gonna pull these out and replant. I don't know, maybe some broccoli or something. I don't know. But the collards are looking fabulous. They look great. I am gonna see about hand pollinating some of my tomatoes too when I get them tied up. I'm racing against time a little bit. I think I'm gonna harvest some of this Swiss chard today too. The Swiss chard looks great. Wow. All right, so get these tied up back here too. Squash is setting on, which is great. Look at this. We've got some squash coming in. This is awesome. All right, so I wanted to show the difference between a male flower and a female flower. I don't know if you guys remember back in school where they were teaching us the stamen and the pistons and the petals and the leaves and all that stuff in the parts of the flowers. But most plants and flowering plants have both male and female reproductive organs inside them. This right here, I want to show you the difference between a female flower and a male flower, at least the squash flower. Now, if you look at this flower that's getting ready to flower right here, that has a piece of fruit. It looks like a fruit that's on there. That's the ovule. And this is the flowering part that's right there. That's a female flower. Now, the male flower doesn't have that at the bottom. If you could see there, it doesn't have that ovule or the fruit at the bottom. So that's the difference between a female flower, at least a female squash flower, and a male flower. I don't know. Let's see if we could find another one. See, like this one. Now, what is that one? Is that a female or a male? You could look and see. That's a male. Look at that one. Is that a female or a male? Once again, you could look and see that that's a female because you see the fruit is at the bottom. So that's the difference between a male flower and a female flower. So I just wanted to put that in the video. Maybe that could be helpful for somebody. Over here, just everything just grew up like crazy. I love it when it rains. Everything gets a jump up. Oh, look at that. My cucumbers are starting to vine up on the trellis. This is great. Let me see if I have to probably train some of them. Yeah, I'll train some of them, put them up. I'm just going to wrap this around. Look, I got little baby cucumbers. I got little baby cucumbers already. Yay. Look at you. No, no, no. Let go. Sorry. Let's get you on here. That's good. All right. Let's get you through here. Let's get you push through. All right, what else is going on? All righty. We're just sitting over here. Kale looks great over here. String beans are looking good. I hope these are bush beans. They look like they're trying to find out. I don't see trellises, but they're supposed to be bush beans. I am a little worried about my cucumbers because I don't think that they're getting enough light. Oh, here they go, over here. See them? The plan was for them to reach up before so that they could start getting the light before the collard grew up so that they can start photosynthesizing up on the trellis before the collard grew up so that the collard wouldn't drown out the light. But that doesn't look like that happened. So we'll see what's going on with that. I'm a little worried. But yep, everything's coming along good. Squash is coming out. This bed back here is not doing well at all. I planted okra back here. It just didn't germinate, and then I replanted it again, and it looks like it's not going to do well. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll just keep an eye on it, but it looks like that bed might be scrapped too. Beans are coming up, and it's a little spotty back here. I'll replant that as well. And squash is another squash bed. I love squash, as you can tell. Squash and cabbage and broccoli are my favorite things to plant and eat. And I did replant this bed out with corn. I didn't want it to just stay empty. And it doesn't look like my ground cherries made it either. But everything is growing. All right, I'm going to get to work tying up these tomatoes and pruning. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Okay, so I am going to prune this tomato. I want to remove everything at the bottom because I don't want, oh, there goes a sucker. I don't want water to splash back up on the plant because that's what causes disease. So now all of those leaves that I've taken off, the plant doesn't have to put energy into letting those leaves grow anymore. So that's going to help the plant to grow a lot faster. And I've already got flowers, which is awesome. So I'm going to continue to do that to the rest of the plants. And that's how I prune my tomatoes. I also want to self-pollinate these. Just tap the flowers because like I said before, they do have male and female reproductive organs in them. I actually can, I think it was the millennial gardener said to use an electric toothbrush. I actually brought one with me. So I am going to try to self-pollinate some of these flowers. So I have my electric toothbrush. It's a really cheap electric toothbrush. I think I got it from Walmart, a couple dollars. But what you do is you turn it on, and apparently it vibrates just enough to have the flower pollinate the other flower. And you just want to touch it right on the top and right on the back, and then go to the next one. So I'm going to sit and do a lot of these flowers and get these pollinated. And see how that works out for us this year. So I see flowers starting, which is great. So that means that we're going to also have some beans soon, if I can keep the snails off of them. But yep, real soon, gonna have some beans. So I was getting ready to start pruning and pulling these leaves off, and I'm looking around and these slugs are out of control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some BT, and I'm actually going to leave these lower leaves for them to feed on as deterrents, so that way they can eat those up and leave my cabbage alone. But I'm going to mix up some BT and get them sprayed down and take care of this problem, because they are just out of control. So this is BT, this is Bacillus thuriside, and this is what I use on my leafy greens to help with pests. And you just mix in, I think it's 4 tablespoons per gallon. And I usually just put it in my spray bottle, and that way I could just spray everything all at once. So I am going to put a couple of tablespoons in. I don't actually measure, I just kind of eye it and just kind of throw it in. But I'm going to put in about 4 tablespoons, and then I'm going to fill this up with water, and I am going to get to spraying so that we can take care of this pest problem. So it is starting to get dark out here, and I am going to call it a day. I did manage to get some of my tomatoes tied up, not all of them. I want to come down here and tie them up 3 different ways. So I want to try and do an experiment and tie them up 3 different ways. But those I did get done on a trellis, and then those are on a pole. And then I want to do a string. These are the ones that I didn't get to finish today. I got to those and those over there. But I do want to put these on a string. Which one's these on a string, and see how that works out for us. So I am going to call it a wrap. I did not get to fertilize today, but I will be back down here tomorrow. I see pepper over there I need to harvest. I did harvest some Swiss chard and some lettuce, which is awesome. And I am going to be back down here tomorrow to get this fertilized, so that way I can do another jump up. But anyway, I am out of here till the next video.